Dear Diary, tomorrow is the Valentine's Day. It is a day full of love and romance, and sometimes it is a day to reminisce my old days, my old days with all of my crushes and also my ex-boyfriends. So, in this video, I would like to talk about the fragrances that I would wear if I could turn back time. If I could turn my time back, if I could turn the clock and reverse to the time when I first met them or to the time when I wanted to impress them, my crushes and my ex-boyfriends, I would choose to wear these fragrances. So the first crush that I had was when I was 17 years old. He was this tanned, tall boy with this just next door, the boy next door kind of smile. He seemed to be quiet, but he had a few close friends, and you could always see him hanging out with the same person. And the fragrance that if I could impress him, my first crush, in my secondary school when I was 17 years old, I would choose to wear this. Pink Sugar Sensual. So Pink Sugar Sensual is like a fresher sibling of Pink Sugar. It is kind of sharp in the beginning with a little bit freshness, but as it dries down 10 minutes later, it is totally a very mild marshmallowy scent. And I think 17 years old and a 17 years old boy, I was 16 and he was 17, a 16-year-old girl who had a crush on a 17 years old boy. And if I could turn back time, if I was even aware of this perfume when I was that young, I would definitely wear this if I could be around him. The truth is, I didn't really have any interaction with that boy. I only managed to add him as a friend on Facebook. And a few years, I think about 7 or 8 years before this, he was just newly wedded, and he passed away in a drowning accident in a hotel during their honeymoon. It was heartbreaking to receive that news. Well, it's something heavy, and I really hope that his wife, his widow, would be strong and pick herself up in her life again. Well, enough of this heavy topic. Now let's move on to my second crush. The second crush I had was a salesperson who worked in a shopping mall when I was in my university years. I was just an undergrad, and that day I happened to go to this shopping mall with my best friend, and there I bumped into that boy. I think he was younger than me, but he looked more mature than me, and he had this very edgy style, like not the boy next door, but rather like a very cute, and like a cute guy who would just have many girlfriends at the same time. So I had a crush on that kind of boy. I think he was quite popular, but there wasn't anything between us. So if I could turn back time, and I would wear this fragrance around him to impress him, because this fragrance is a very warm, very cozy caramel scent. It smells just like dessert, and at the same time, it is stronger than a Pink Sugar Sensual, but it is still quiet, and it won't throw anybody off their feet. I don't think a boy of his age would appreciate women wearing strong perfume. but I'm not sure because after all, I didn't really know him. It was just a crush. Funny me. All right, the next one I would like to talk about is when I was older, and I had this boyfriend who was 7 years older than me. And if I could turn back time, I would wear Elie Saab Le Parfum Rose Couture around him every time. If I could turn back time, I would wear this every time that I was with him. This fragrance, this is a rose fragrance with a little bit jamminess and a little bit woodiness. It's a very seductive rose scent, I feel, but it's like seductive during the day kind of scent. I would definitely wear this every time. I would definitely wear this every time if I were to go out with him. You know, we would ride on his motorbike and I would hold him from the back. You know, as I was the pillion rider, right? So I think if I wore this, he would have really remembered me. He would have really remembered this scent and associate me with this scent. This is a romantic rose scent, but this is a rose with her own opinion. This is not an easily swayed, easily influenced kind of rose. This rose has its own stand in everything, you know. So this is a rose with a very strong personality, I think. It's not jammy, it's not girly, but it's not so matured womanly like. It is like right down in the middle, like I was back then in the university years, that I had my own opinions, and I had my own thoughts about things, and I was quite stubborn. And yes, this would definitely represent me. And yeah, sadly, things didn't end well between us. I found out later that he was most likely 98% a gay. Well, now I didn't hold any grudges. It's just that, I'm a very simple person. What happened in the past, stay in the past. I don't think there would be any friendship between us, although I don't hold any grudges against him now. Alright, enough about my love story. And the last one that I want to talk about is this fragrance. I am opening the box now. Let me show you. It is Black Perfecto Le Petit Coupe Noir Eau de Toilette Florale. This is also a rose fragrance, but with a leather kick. It is not as sweet as any Le Petit Coupe Noir. This is not even as sweet as the Black Perfecto, the original. This is a flanker of a flanker. So this one is a very smooth, a very mysterious, very dark rose leather scent. This is very seductive. This is very adult-like. This is a woman who stands right in front of you wearing a black sexy dress and wearing a very seductive red lipstick, smiling at you, kind of like seducing the man to come nearer, but never let the man to get whatever the man wants, So this fragrance, I would wear this fragrance, if I could turn back time, I would wear this fragrance when I was with this man. During that time, I was already working, and I got to know this man who was quite successful in his business, and well, he was 5 or 4 years older than me, and and I think this is the time that I really considered my relationship with this man is more like an adult kind of romance, not like teenager puppy love or even university kind of love, puppy love, or even a very pure form of love. This is much more complicated, and even you could even call it even sexually charged, as we are all adults. So this fragrance definitely, if I could turn back time, I would wear this. I would wear this whenever I was with this man, and I am sure that he would sniff this on me, and this scent could get quite animalic. It almost feel like this scent could undress a person. For me, it's as sexy as that. So yeah, this is a scent I would wear if I am in that, temptress, seductive woman kind of a mode. The whole thing with him didn't end well too, which is apparently the reason why I'm not married to him now. But this scent definitely reminded me of that moment, of that intense feelings that I had when I was with him. It's Black Perfecto Le Petit Hope Noir Florale, leather, rose, and intimacy. I would say intimacy and wildest dreams. Alright, so enough of my secrets spilled into this diary. If you are peeping in, I would really love for you to subscribe. And if you subscribe, you're off the hook. You are given the permission to peep. I'll see you next round then. I'll write again in this diary. Bye bye.